welcome back to the Stina Show. This is my bestie, Linz.
Hi.
Lindsay Taylor, I call her Linz. I brought her on for a Vibes Chat, which is our new segment, where I bring on, my lady, my best friend, and we just vibe and chat and talk news, motivation, whatever. So I can't really see comments, but leave questions if you want. And so welcome, Lindsay.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to be on this show. Finally, it's overdue.
It is overdue. Sorry. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to your living room.
I'm honored to be in my living room with you. Welcome, everyone.
So Lindsay and I have known each other. I always start with saying how I met. And Lindsay and I have known each other how many?
I don't want to
Should we not date ourselves?
Well,
a long time.
Long time. So we were 12 in 7th grade at MAMS, Merrick Avenue Middle School. And we went to Newbridge ice skating rink in Belmore, and with all the other people we grew up with, and we just really connected. We were definitely wacky,
we had a lot
funny.
Of fun,
yeah, we always did skits together. If anyone knows, shout out to Susie Marie, Angie, when we see this.
Oh yeah, Susie Marie.
Yeah, so we just always we always been together throughout life, and I love you.
I love
you. And we go back. Our parents always let us hang out, and thank God, because we had an amazing childhood. Because of our mom and Doug and your mom. Connie, we love you.
Hey, Mom.
And Marianne,
she
we
says
love
sisters. We love you.
Yes, we're the sisters. We used to tell people that we looked alike.
In high school,
a lot.
we used to tell people.
Yeah, and
we were sisters.
Mr. Wheatley thought we were because Christina took my address so that she could,
It's too late. But anyway,
with us.
To escape a not great school, Lindsay's family kind of adopted me, and I went to another school for that, which I'm grateful for because I got to hang out with my friends.
We're family. And then Christina lived in my parents' apartment in the city, and
Upper
went to
East Side.
School and everything.
Good times.
So yeah,
we're family. That's the point.
Yeah.
Really, here.
we're getting sidetracked.
I know we can.
People who know us are like, we get it.
But we'll talk later about it too. But so I wanted to start this episode, besides bringing my girl on, by talking a little bit of news, just to get it over with, because I don't really like to go heavy and shit, but I curse. You could curse, it's fine,
well,
we curse here.
I'm
a sailor.
With a good time.
What are you going to do? But
you are a sailor now.
I'm allowed to.
What's my excuse?
We're my sailor's friends here.
There we go.
So, all right, let's talk about, if anyone knows, R. Kelly started his trial yesterday in Brooklyn. And I was on Twitter, and I kind of saw people saying, some people said he's innocent, blah, blah, blah. And I also saw people say, would you listen to his music? What are your thoughts on that?
I watched the documentary on Netflix.
Crazy.
And it was very heavy. It was really hard to see, and a lot of the women, I believe, that are on Twitter right now, that are saying he's innocent, were the same women that they kind of it was like a cult. It's like a cult that he had, continues to have, I guess. And a lot of this is what the survivors were on the I can't speak right now. Documentary. So anyway. So no. They.
So the women on the docuseries.
Yeah, they became survivors who were once these women that were supporting him. So I think that he somehow has these controlling powers over some women that I think he finds them though. They're
vulnerable.
They're vulnerable. Yeah. They don't have maybe strong foundations and families, and it's really sad. It's really sad, and
the people talking up for him. I mean, in the docuseries, there's clean evidence that this happened.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not a secret.
There was a videotape that
Yeah.
when we were younger was like, we all joked about it with the Chappelle Show, which is amazing content. But it's not funny now that I'm an adult, that if I were to have a child, a daughter, that's not cool.
Right. And unfortunately, like when I'm at a barbecue or something and his music plays, that's my first thought. It used to be fun and party, but now it's like,
right.
I don't know if I'm okay with that, you know?
Everyone got down to his. We were in the early 2000s was really like our growing up. Oh Jesus,
Right.
there I go. That was what we listened to, and we didn't realize. I know as a kid, I didn't realize the extent of what was going on until I watched that docuseries. What is wrong with me right now?
Well, anyways, he married Aaliyah at 15, blah, blah, blah. That's already a telltale sign
and got her
pregnant.
pregnant from what the Netflix show said, and that's.
So, anyways, I just wanted to hit on that because it's a big trial right now, and when I hear his music at a barbecue, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But then I saw people writing, "What about Michael Jackson?" Blah blah blah. Very interesting.
The music is good, but like the people, or if you can separate that, if you can,
that's what they were saying.
If you're at a barbecue, I understand that's the first thing that comes to mind, maybe. But maybe you're not like buying things like his albums and things like that, and supporting that. Going to his, he can't have concerts, but if he was able to, I think that's where it needs to stop.
Don't seek it on your own.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, the music's out. It has memories to it. For people, nostalgic things. It was great music. At sometimes, but
MJ was sent up to hi T. And also MJ is no longer with us, so
I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and but you hear things that I'm against, and I don't know what to believe.
Right, and there's a fine line with all this stuff, right? And every time Michael Jackson comes on, I joke and say it's my guilty pleasure, but who knows, right? Art is art. There's fine lines among the whole subject of it. So anyways, we're going to leave R. Kelly, and hopefully justice is served, based on whatever is going on. You want to talk about Afghanistan really quick?
Okay.
So if everyone knows, just to catch up on reality, what's going on in Afghanistan is crazy. And if you've seen these images of like these people falling off the planes, I've been talking to a bunch of vets, like veterans, and they said this reminds them of Vietnam, which is really scary to hear because its history is repeating itself again.
I feel like anxious, like just think it hits home because I have like family friends that are Afghani. My shout out to David and Erica. They have a beautiful daughter that it's their blood, it's their culture. They're American, but they're his father. Whatever it is, these are human beings. This has been going on for 20-something years now. You can blame each president that's in power, but if we go back to 2001, it's been going on. So I try not to put my political views out there, but I think we got to stop pointing fingers and really figure out where we're as a country going to stand,
right.
And
it's war is money and money is war. Yeah. So if we find out where the money is coming from, we could probably.
In 2008, they let this guy out of a Pakistani jail, and now he's the Afghan Taliban. Yeah, it's insane. You guys got to really read up on what's going on before you make any type of blasting posts or things like that. Definitely read what's going on. Make your own opinion. That's really, I can't really go on.
No, and I'm just happy about the asylum, like America's helping.
We have to, they're human beings. I understand where we feel we can't let everyone into the country, but again, I gotta stop and not really put out there how I feel. Yeah. But it's obvious how I feel. And we're gonna right now we're just gonna send blessings and prayers and money, because I know you could donate to a whole bunch of organizations right now to help. So Good organization.
Good organization.
Yeah.
So obviously do your research on who you're donating to. But I posted some on Instagram yesterday. So I guess do what you can and pray that we can all come through this strong.
There's also been an earthquake in Haiti. There's a lot going on in the world. And America, we need healing.
We need healing.
We need
right.
healing
we need
as
healing
each
too,
other.
right.
There's a lot of like horrible things that are still going on. There's racism still happening.
Right.
We have to heal. We have to heal as a whole world and get better.
Let's
and love
heal
each
together.
Other. Love each other, please.
Yes. Yes. Love. So I just wanted to open up with that to get that the heavier stuff through, and then we can talk some spirituality. So, Lindsay, I like to ask all my guests. I know you're my guest host, but I do like to ask my guests what motivates you in general. How do you, when you're feeling low, what motivates you to keep going? And I guess some maybe self-care rituals, mental,
I think
physical.
My family and friends really help me. I think in a low point, where I'm just like, everything sucks, man. And I've dabbled in my depression in my life. It's not easy. We all go through it. We all have highs and lows. But like my mom, like I am so fortunate to have a really strong team behind me that no matter where my highs and lows go, I have you guys. And with some people don't have that, and that I thank God, I thank the universe for you all choosing me in your lives, and that's really a motivation. Self-care, I've been doing really well with self-care lately. I feel good. It's not no, my confidence, I feel what I feel on the inside, and it took a long time. I think that getting older and experience helped, letting go a lot of animosity of like old relationships or family issues, or letting go of that, and kind of like speaking to the universe, being grateful has definitely changed me.
Letting go isn't easy though.
No, it's really hard. Like, I mean, I'm still learning. I mean, I still have certain issues, but I think everybody does. And I think taking the time to really work on yourself and love yourself. You gotta love yourself. Even I think a lot of people don't realize that they're not loving themselves.
They don't. I don't think so.
And then it'll definitely pour out into how you treat other people. Okay. It's like the reflection of you. Even I feel like right now I feel like my best self because I love myself, and like how I'm treating my family and how I'm doing things in my upcoming career and stuff like that. Stay tuned. I do, like when I meet strangers sometimes I'm like, take care of yourself, because who's gonna take care of you? Yeah.
If you're not taking care of you.
Honestly, I saw this crazy, I guess it was it was a story on Facebook. It's one of those ones that they have videos, and it was this girl was approached by a beauty queen, a beauty contest, a scout. She scouted, and this woman was like, "You're gorgeous," and this lady was like, "What is this lady talking about?" But she kept failing at not winning the beauty contest. And her coach would say, "Listen, if you're not gonna do it, who is in love yourself? Who is gonna?" And the coach wound up passing away of cancer. And the girl went, and her last time she was like, "If I don't do this, it's over." And she won, and she made this whole speech about her coach, and it was just amazing. And it's how much that girl, after losing time after time, you want to give up, but it's kind of like a reflection on all of our lives. We're beaten down, we're getting out. Every one of us has it,
right?
Over and over again, over the years. Life, man, this freaking is hard. You gotta get up, you gotta fight. You're worth it. You deserve love. Don't ever forget it. There's no one on this earth like you. Just always remember that. There's no version of you in anyone else. You are solely who you are. God gave you this blessing to bless other people with your presence. Don't forget it.
Presence is the gift.
Yeah. Know your worth. because we're
Yeah.
all worth
We're
love
all
and
worth it.
happiness.
Right.
And yeah.
Sounds like a Maybelline commercial. Maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah, that makes me think of as I tell you all the time, there's like weeks or days or moments where you go through these lessons, small or large, and it's like sometimes you don't feel up to par to everybody. I know you're not supposed to care what other people think, but essentially, I was thinking, if you're not caring about what other people think, you're kind of not caring what you think in a way, because you're reflections of each other. So I think there's like a weird space for that.
Yeah.
But
like you don't want to like care what people think, where it's like if the people who don't like have value in your life don't give a fuck what they think, you know. But your loved ones, the people surrounding you, you're always gonna like kind of care. Like you don't want them to be mad at you, you know. I don't know.
Oh, Justin. Hey, Justin, what's up?
Hey.
Justin Nuzzo. There's a lot of good people. Let me just look at the comments.
Oh, I love Justin.
Oh, hey.
I'm like, hey.
Oh, a lot of good people. Eric, Angie, Mom.
Oh, Ange. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, Rodrigo Lopez. Oh, we got such good people here. Any questions? Try to ask in the question box because there's too many comments to go
Thanks
through.
for tuning in, guys. This is amazing.
So yeah, another one of my points was the community. That's where you started with this, and it's like, because I'm an actor, I'm a performer. I went to LA where people go to LA when they don't have anybody else, you know, and that's where like Lost Souls, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Yeah, that
right?
makes sense. That makes sense.
And it's just so sad. It's like you look at this person, maybe, you know, they're homeless and that's how they ended up there.
They don't have anybody.
And they don't have anybody. And mental health is fragile, you know.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine not having my family friends. Like when I moved to Florida, Hollywood, which is so funny.
I know, we both lived in different Hollywoods, right?
But everyone was a transplant. You have people from like the Midwest. You have people from Boston and New York, Philly, Chicago, everybody. And we would say like Misfit Christmas because we would all like find each other. We weren't with our families. And then like people who didn't, you know, we became I have friends that are down there that are like my family now that maybe didn't have family before me and my mom were there. And I think that's so important. You change, like you change people's lives, you know, like open your heart to some people, you know.
Yeah,
and I know it's not easy.
And my path and everyone's path, I feel, if you go and you open your heart to everybody, you find family that's not blood, right?
Yeah. So a soul connection.
Like my friend Valerie, right? Like shout out. She's like, you know, I have grandma. And I love you, Grandma. Hello, God bless you. But she's like another grandma that I never had. You know?
And it's important.
Yeah, and they support, and these people become your family.
Yeah. Everyone calls my mom on the beach. You know how important she must be. Shout out to my mom. You're amazing. We all love you. You know, but like how much she might have been to people that lost their mom or their mom is away, you know, and we always give, you know, our grandmother, shout out to her, always making moves in heaven, and my grandfather, but they taught us to be like that, you know. They taught us to like give if you have food, blanket, shelter, whatever you can do to your community. And it's so strong for us to be in a community and that's like goes for like what's going on in the world. It's like people being good to their fellow
and not so divisive.
It's important.
So, I saw someone tweet. I'm on Twitter a lot. I saw someone tweet.
Isn't it toxic though? That's why I can't go on it.
Balance.
Like I can't go
balance. If you follow who you want to follow. So I'm following who I want to follow, you know.
Shout out to Soul Brew. These are amazing. Belmore.
What are they? Purple Haze.
Lavender lemonades.
Hell yeah. So it's in, but
chugging lemonades. Chugging lemonades.
Soul Brew is really good. So community and so someone wrote on Twitter, I shouldn't have to tweet this. I know it's so simple, but we should all be more kind to each other.
It really should be just simple, but I guess it's not. I mean,
chemistry, thought patterns, habits, right? If you have a closed mind, we're in trouble, right?
At this day and age, we're literally all the same. Like, everyone is a mixed race. Everyone is. If you're closed-minded right now, like, what are you, 1940? I don't even know.
And some of them aren't even closed-minded because of what they've been through.
I don't want to say anything.
You know, another thought I had was like, what are we, 2,000 plus years into evolution? More, obviously, much more than that. But, and we still just, like, can't get it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like, what the hell's the problem? But it's all you can do is give love that you have, you know, and it
is more simple than we make it, too.
I think so, too, but I think we're a damaged society. So giving love is really hard for people that are damaged, and that's where
trust is huge, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm no freaking doctor, but we've got to love people.
Dr. Taylor. Wait, we have a question. I want to know how you both handle a person who maybe isn't so kind or open-minded. Thank you, Angie.
That's
what a great
really
question.
good question. I mean, in my
Thanks
first
for
thought
tuning
is,
in.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. We know you're at work today, so you're the best. How do you do it? Because you're a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. Let me just. Something's on the screen here, but oh, there's the question. How do we deal with someone who's not so open-minded
Or kind, yeah.
Or kind.
Yeah.
I believe I'm fortunate enough to have the understanding that karma exists, and you know, whatever someone puts out will come back to them. So just knowing that gives me like a leg up on empathy for the other person, because it's like, almost, why are you doing this to yourself, you know? And it's like, it won't affect me, so I don't react generally. You know, God bless, give me strength for those moments, but I don't generally react to that energy. And I tried it, like, I got into an argument with one of my best friends on this trip recently, and we tried to talk it out. I won't say who. We tried to work it out, and we just talked through things. You know, I believe that
communication, yeah.
The biggest way to get through to someone who's not open-minded is to talk through it. Instead of just clashing and running, you come up to that heated energy and you overcome it. You know, a mature person won't fight you, rather than they'll talk through it. So you just try to meet on the same page if you want to keep that relationship, at least, you know.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I think ignorance also is like why people are closed-minded, and I think our first thing is to like be combative. Am I saying
combative? Yeah.
Oh my God, no word. But like, because we're like, this is my point, it's right. I think if we are going to be more like teaching someone, like, hey, you don't want to do this because this offends this certain group of people, and this is why. You might have a better chance of, like, with that closed-minded or unkind person, be like, oh, now I see. Because a lot of people don't see what's going on, even though it's like for us or our followers are like, it's obvious, like, don't be a dick, but like
internally it's a different struggle. I also think people don't listen.
No. Nobody gives a fuck what other people are saying. The
worst closed-minded people I've met are closed because their minds are so heavy with chatter of themselves that they can't calm down the chatter to open to someone else's voice.
Yeah.
They're not listening. So I think listening is huge when it comes to minds.
Yeah, like I had a friend, like, one time I must have offended them in some way, and it wasn't until someone else explained it to me and their version, and I was like, I wish my friend would have just explained this to me instead of cutting me off being like that. And we weren't like, it wasn't rude. I had apologized, but maybe they felt I didn't see their point of view.
Yeah.
But then I realized, like, with that situation, it made me better. And maybe, like, the friend that I no longer have, we weren't supposed to be friends, but I was supposed to learn from that and become a better person.
That's hard, though, because it's like, I meet a lot of people, make a lot of friends, and I want to have everyone as my friend.
Always. You know? That's all big. Yeah. She's like, what's the problem? Not everybody wants to be your friend, though, you know?
And then they're not meant to. And then thank God, if you trust the process, they end up leaving on their own. I don't have to fight them.
Yeah. No,
I don't have
it's
to.
the
Literally,
power
you don't
of the
do anything.
secret.
Don't react.
Yes.
And they'll come and go.
Yes.
The power of the secret.
Manifest. Manifest them getting the fuck up out of your life. No, I noticed that, like, some, and going back to Angie's question is, like, sometimes you have to just deal with it with removing them and not, like, being like, I'm not your friend.
Right.
Just, boop, walk away silently.
Well, don't chase people.
And I'm not a
Either.
silent person. We all know. But as I grow older, sometimes it's like, okay, I'm going to put you here in my life. And you ain't gonna be here, you know. Like, you just gotta put people where they belong.
That's another thing. It's like the more you know your value, the more that energy will push them away. Because it's like I'm too busy doing this other thing. Like I can't be dealing with that.
Right? No, and like there's like we're I don't want to say we're older, but you know we gotta really move on in our life to be happy. Is that Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa said.
My mom's friend Lisa. She went to Calhoun like us.
Well, thank you for that question, Angie. Appreciate it. So that was this one. And then Lisa's was, where did
She said,
oh, here we go. Sorry, I have to tilt. We're on landscape.
Look at us. We're.
Where
She
did
said,
that go?
people and friends come in like seasons.
Oh, here we go. Don't you think there is a reason we have 2 ears and 1 mouth? People have to listen more. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, no, it's true. And listening it's such a deep concept.
Yeah.
Because you can listen with your heart as well.
Yeah, like, and I think when you open up, because your mind thinks in logical sense, right?
Right.
Your heart is where empathy is. And like really like
Creativity.
happiness, right, and emotion. So I think if you can open up people opening up their heart, then maybe they will be more open minded.
Hey. Well, I was taught. Hey. In one of my acting classes, like how to overcome singing on the stage or something.
That's gotta be freaking scary.
Yeah.
In Broadway, like in those stages, like alone.
How to overcome that as an individual.
You're alone
Right.
in the spotlight, and there's just massive of people around. I'd be like, shit my pants.
Yeah, so they have classes. A SAG-AFTRA shout out, SAG-AFTRA. They have, you know how obsessed I am.
No, you should. That's great that you guys have each other. Who's gonna look out for the actors?
Well, that's another
know?
thing about the community.
Yeah.
But
I'm freezing. Are you? Should I
Yeah.
turn this down? Hold on.
Yeah, go
I'll be
ahead.
back.
Well, I'll just you're here. I'll just talk.
Oh, I'm like, I'm freezing.
But so my thing is, they teach you that you have a second brain in your gut. I forget Michael, his name was, and his wife.
I'm actually this cold in my house right now.
Well, it's better to be cold than sweaty
Oh, and
bullets.
it's like humid, right?
So they taught us. He was a psychology man, and he's also a therapist or psychiatrist. I don't know, but he taught the class that you have a second brain in your gut. So,
Well, the gut is like the center of your whole health, right? Like so.
yeah,
And it tells
balance.
you when you
it has
don't
to
feel
be balanced.
good.
Yeah.
That makes wow.
So it's like you can listen.
Is there
and-
someone in there?
I wish.
It's like has a face.
An alien.
Get out of here.
And then Chief has a question. Next time I gotta do landscape. Can you define open-minded versus full acceptance of a lifestyle? I feel you can respect people without subscribing to monolithic behavior. What do you think?
I think that's a really good point.
Open-minded versus full acceptance of a lifestyle.
Like maybe if you don't feel comfortable with something, you don't have to like. Because somebody can in reverse be like, this is my lifestyle, which is not accepting of other people. Or, I don't know, I don't know if I'm getting this right. But like,
A lifestyle. Well, open-minded. Right, it's very broad. It is a broad term.
It is. I mean, I think as long as you aren't hurting others,
Right.
then do whatever the fuck you want. But
yeah, right.
It like once you start like hurting others or telling others they can't love something or believe in something, like, you know, like really inhumane shit, then that's not cool. Like,
that's a good foundation.
I don't know. I think this is such a broad topic.
But lifestyle could be a bunch of things too, right? It's like LGBT. It's a lifestyle. But is it? It's what is lifestyle? Because that's a choice. It's not a choice necessarily.
And I don't think that anyone should let those people at all, because we're all like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that.
We're all.
I have been the B for 20 years now.
Represent. I'm the plus. I'm everything.
I love it all, and like that. I feel that people should feel that way too, but we can't force people to.
Well, and that also makes me think of lifestyle as culture, right? Because everyone has a different culture. Like where you grow up kind of shapes your culture, and that's also what divides us, right? It's because I eat certain food that you don't eat. Like, oh, I don't like that. It doesn't really matter what you like.
Right.
You accept who I am as a person. I think that's more of maybe the lines.
Yeah,
but,
and when I went down to Florida, and now I love like Cuban and Jamaican oxtail food. I would have never eaten that here. You know, I'm freaking Irish, Italian, white. I don't like bread and butter, so I'm so happy that I'm like, let me eat that, let me try that,
Right, and that's where it opens your mind to that lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh, and and the people, and like when you know, food is actually a huge, I think, way of like connecting with people. Like the people I at work, are Salvadorian, and Angie's family. Shout out to Angie's family, mom and dad, and Welly.
Hey.
They cooked amazing food growing up. And now when I'm with the cooks at work, they're like, oh, you know what a papoose is? And I'm like, I love them. So it's a connection to someone's culture. And it's almost like respect. Like, I love your culture. Like, I love your food. I love your culture, your people.
And say you didn't like a dish, you don't cancel their whole culture because of it.
Not at all. And I'm glad you pointed it out, because like I don't like olives.
Right, so staying open-minded to other people's lifestyles could increase your open-mindedness.
And I think it really, when people
acceptance to a lifestyle.
I think when people do that, they'll realize you have a way better time, like learning, and enjoying people's happiness and to their culture. I've always had a good time, sharing food or music or something with someone else's culture and learning about it.
It's making me think of control issues, because if you're at my house, I'm doing something a certain way, it makes me think of people with control issues. But
actually, remember with your dad, I tried gefilte fish for the first time.
L'chaim.
Rosh Hashanah, was it? Right?
Or Yom Kippur.
Yes. But I was like, it's good, but I like the apples and honey. That was
there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, if I wasn't over your house and met your awesome dad,
So maybe open-mindedness and acceptance of lifestyle also takes obviously education of self, but getting out in the world and experiencing these people and just getting out. If people in a small town, get out.
Yo, you cannot just go to the same damn bar and sit in the same damn town.
You can.
But you're not
we
gonna
recommend
make the relationships and of getting out there and seeing people and learning. Getting knocked down in a city that you've never been in and getting through. It's adversity, it's strength, and it's character building.
It's character building, and that character makes you more open-minded. Because just leaving your house is a challenge for some people.
No, it is. I don't really look at my house. I got this beautiful cat. Why am I leaving? But where is he?
We have a Cheech. We'll get him soon.
We have a Cheech.
He's cute. I know. But it's emotional, physical, spiritual. A lot of it's hard leaving the house on a bad day, But if you do, this is my most recent lesson. Is this past week is just keep going. It should be for everyone's life, but keep going, keep going. and push through.
You're worth it.
Through.
You're worth it, and it's gonna get better. Like there's gonna be bad times again, but you'll realize that the more you keep going, the easier this thing called life is gonna be. You'll find your happiness. It'll come,
and that's what strength.
Yeah,
I think the keep going is part of the strength. It's like I've never been so happy because I keep going and being busy. Obviously, you have to have your rest and you have to take care of yourself.
Right, and sometimes if things are too toxic all the time, then you have to reevaluate like who's around, what's going on in your life. But there's going to be on a regular basis ups and downs. Like your car tire is going to blow out and it's going to be scary and you're going to get through it, you know, and it's going to cost, maybe you didn't think you had that $100 or something. He's going golfing. Jonathan, shout out to Jonathan. He's the best.
Going to enjoy the golf course in the storm.
Henri's coming this weekend, and Fred is maybe.
Are these the storms you're saying?
Yeah. I follow the news.
Storm. See you, Jen.
Bye. We completely took over the living room while he was working from home today. It was pretty.
Good timing. But anyways, overcoming things. But yeah, self-care is important.
Yeah.
Balance is very important. We just staged your house the other day, remember?
Yeah, we did. I still have some. We can do it again. And I felt for a while I was feeling the effects. It was really nice.
Yeah.
It wore off. Let some bad energy in from work, I think.
I mean, you have to stay on top of spiritual maintenance as well as physical. And
I think my job too. Since I'm a waitress, I meet and like are involved with so many different people that you could be dragging a bad,
you carry
bad vibe. And I'm an empath, so I'm like, by the time I get out of work, I'm like, I'm going crazy.
I think that everyone needs a therapist. Like, I haven't had one in a while.
Mine called me yesterday. I think she was on vacation. I'm like, I haven't heard from her. I'm like, where the hell's Rose?
And don't give up. If you find a therapist, go to another one. Everyone needs...
like if you don't like who you're with, I've done that, and I've been like, I don't connect with this asshole, but everyone's human. Yeah, just move on. These were really good.
But it's almost, I found mine right away. Like, I connected with my first one ever.
Yeah, I had a really good one, and she became a elementary school therapist.
Good for her.
I know.
But, you need someone to talk to that's not biased. You can talk to all your friends and family, but at a certain point, you need an outsider's voice.
Right, and you're already kind of almost getting judged by your family and friends in a way.
Yeah, it's their bias.
So you need somebody to not be that way.
And just to listen.
Listen.
Just listen, right?
So we have like a word of the day is listen.
It's funny. With my therapist, I was like, can I ask about you? It's like, I'm used to asking about the other person. And she's like, no.
I know, sometimes I'm like, how are you? Because I know I'm just
you want to be a human.
I'm just being nice. They're like, okay, I'm good, blah, blah, blah.
I think we have another question. You have mad questions, Chief? You like this format. Thank you. It's good, right? With an in-person connection. Let's see. What do you think about the gatekeepers who claim that appropriation or blending into certain cultures is problematic? I personally don't mind people blending. The gatekeepers who claim appropriation.
If I got that question, I think I love blending, but I also don't think that I should be the one to speak on that because
why?
I think that we need somebody with with appropriation,
right? More diverse,
like a diverse,
right.
People with us to discuss.
Well, we could talk about our perspective of it, but we're not as diverse as someone else might be.
Right, like I love, like I said, I love other cultures, but somebody might look at me and be like, sit down, bitch.
Well, I could talk about Judaism,
Bye, we love you. Bye.
I love you, bye.
Where's
so he'll be here. My thought of that is I am LGBTQ, whatever. I'm also Jewish, and those are my diverse things. Right?
Yeah.
So and Judaism, that, you know, the Orthodox culture is out of control. I mean, in my opinion, I would never want to be Orthodox. Imagine if I brought me into the Orthodox.
Well, like, I'm Roman Catholic. I grew up like Irish, Italian, Roman Catholic, and I love the message. Like, I do believe in Jesus. I do talk to God on my own, but I don't really like in the Orthodox sense. Roman Catholics can be like extreme in the same sense, and I'm not really for that either. I don't believe that you have to go to church every Sunday. You have to give money to a church that has billions of dollars. Like, you know what I mean? But I think that like it's all wrong. Like, the real message of what like Jesus and like those practices, and basically Judaism and Christianity are the same thing until the second. My mom's gonna beat my mom for this, but like they're the same. In the Bible, there's 2 books, and like the second book is when Jesus comes in, and so that's where it's different. So it's basically
there's extremists in every religion.
Yeah, yes, for real. So I'm gonna stop talking because I don't know. No, but they're like basically it's all the same message in all these religions, and like really it is love other people, don't be an asshole. And like when we start to be like, my religion's better than you, like, all right, now you lost me. Like, it's not. If you love yours, I love
it should
mine.
be unifying, right?
Yeah.
The gatekeepers, as you say, there. I mean, I'm thinking, I guess it's like priests and rabbis, and I guess the cultural gatekeepers too, like the mothers and the fathers who run these communities. Are gatekeepers. No, it's not. It's wrong. I think we need to be all inclusive. It's a diversity, and it's not unifying at all.
And like who can, like, as long as people are loving each other, like especially like in the LGBT community, is about love. How are you going to be against something that is purely about you want to be anything, you want to love anything? We're here for you. How is somebody going to turn around and be like, I hate that? Like what the fuck?
And people could have their opinions, but do not push it on anybody.
And that's exactly, it could go vice versa. And like some people on the straight side could be, well, I feel pushed. Well, that's wrong too if somebody in the sense, but that's usually not the case, I feel sometimes.
No, not mostly, no.
It could be.
But this is where we are. We're very spoiled. We're New Yorkers, and we're like, we're used to millions of people. If you go to a small town in the middle states, these people, that's where they're at.
Bible thumping.
And they have very limited, that's what I was saying, get out, you know, like go to another town, drive hours to experience
because that's how you're gonna, a lot of it is fear instilled, right? And then so when you get out and you see that, like, you're like, wait, these are not bad people. These are regular, normal people. They just enjoy a different lifestyle than me.
But they're all living, breathing, emotional beings, right?
And we like, oh man, be whatever the fuck you want, love whatever the fuck you want, and if you bother somebody, you're an asshole. Leave people alone to love.
I mean, if I had to choose a religion, though, I like Buddhism because it has meditation.
I love Buddhism. I actually, when we were kids, I told my mom that I wanted to be a Buddhist, and she was like, okay. I didn't really follow through with it because I didn't know, I was like 12, but I learned about it in world history, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I at that age, I even saw, like, wow, this message is amazing. It was all peaceful and love and
self-care is in that religion. They tell them people to take care of themselves. And in the other ones, I mean, like, you can eat kosher, blah, blah, blah. But, speaking of breath work, I had the thought I had a very deep thought this morning. Imagine if you come into this world and you're given a certain amount of breaths. Right? Because breath work is the through line, right? Because you can't really live without breathing. No, nothing, right? So imagine if you are given this certain amount of breaths. I know when I practice breath work, you literally slow down your thoughts and your breaths. So maybe the more you take care of your breath, the longer, you can ride.
you can use
Well,
those.
if you
breath.
think about it, like all your
Currency.
organs and your brain and everything needs oxygen and like breathe. You know, it's and I know when you're anxious, you're hyperventilating because you're scared and you're anxious, and
Right,
those feelings
right.
are not.
That's a shallow breath,
Yeah.
but that's not good. That means you're not practicing your breath. But how crazy, right?
Shout out your friend. What's his name?
Avi.
Avi. I was gonna say it. I was like, I don't want to say
Avi,
his
we
name.
love you. Avi Greenberg, go to his profile. Avi Lou, he's the best. Avi, Avilu. He's really the best, and he's gonna be a big shot one day.
Wow, we got 5 people. We had more before. That's awesome.
They come and go, people.
Yeah.
They work and shit.
Exactly.
But,
Thanks for tuning
we
in,
got a lot of
everyone.
people that showed up. Yeah.
Really.
Thank you,
excited.
Joe and Jesse. I see you.
Everyone. It was so nice.
Yeah. We're not. But so what else? We have a few minutes.
Let's bring the cheat out. We want to show.
Bring the cheat
Let's
out,
bring
yeah.
the cheat out.
Bring the cheat
He's
out.
really funny.
Any more questions? Thank you for the questions.
Yeah,
I've never
that
got
was
such
really
insightful
awesome.
questions. Chief, ask another one, please. I'm in and out. It's thank you for being here. These are really good. Soul Brew, a little pricey in Belmore, but very good.
I think he's on the.
And get him.
All right, we'll teach this time.
All right, Cheech will be back later.
Like, fuck you. No, this was so fun. Thanks for inviting me on.
please.
Hold on, I'm back, everyone. Thanks for inviting me on. I love you so much.
Yeah, I love
This
you
was
too.
so fun. It's not over. It's not over till the fat lady say no. We do. We have like 15 minutes.
So anyways,
Let's talk about like funny memories. What do you?
so you want to hang out with us?
You
I always like to tell people about the bicycle. I know.
The bicycle?
No. Let's talk about the
out my
The
mom.
lights in the fields. No, we shouldn't talk about that either. The Christmas lights in the
See,
Dina put the tree around her. Yeah. We could tell this.
we were
young. We could-
young and very wild together. Like we brought the wild out of each other. Angie was there.
Dina was there. Was Patty with us?
Patty was
Patty
there.
was with us.
Patty Shaw.
Yeah, shout out to the girls. We had this crazy idea to. Well, first it started out. Me and Angie were walking down Camp Avenue in Merrick, and this house had no Christmas decorations. Like maybe
And the
they
penguins.
didn't. Maybe they didn't celebrate Christmas, but again, we're retarded kids. So we take this penguin from someone else's house, stole Christmas
Yeah, just saying
decorations,
that,
and we put it at their door. Like when they open the door, like there would be like a little penguin facing them in the holiday. Angie knew what I was talking about. And so when we rang the doorbell and ran away, the people came out and there was like a holiday penguin. So we told the girls this, and everybody's like, let's decorate the high school. So we went and we snuck out. Mom, shout out to Mom,
Shout out to
who was
Mom.
waiting for us when we got back. With friggin' strung the friggin' shades up. Angie! That was so funny. So we anyway,
snuck out the
we
window.
snuck out the window. We fucking go. We take some Christmas decorations. Dina puts a tree, one of those trees, jumps, like throws it in the air, and then puts it on her body and runs. And she was wearing, remember those Frankenstein-sized Steve Madden boots?
Yeah,
So like we're
those are
running.
cool.
Those were so cool. They're
want
gonna come
those.
back.
Yeah.
2000s baby.
I want those, yeah.
So we went. We decorated the high school and.
Lawn, the middle of the football
Yeah,
field.
the lawn, and they definitely like put it on the loudspeaker or some shit. The
Shout
next
out
day, but-
Calhoun.
Shout out Calhoun High School, Mr. Harrington. Shout out to Mr. Harrington. Hated our guts.
What a good.
But Mr. Wheatley is on Facebook, and he is actually the most amazing person. So, what's it?
Chief said, "What are you going to call me when he retires? Do you not want me to call you Chief anymore, Chief? I could call you Chris if you want. That's my name too. You could call me Chris too. You'll meet him. He's awesome, Chief.
Hey, Chief.
Chief's brought up a bunch of guests. He's like my PR agent.
Nice. Sweet.
He's giving me other guests.
Good.
Aw.
But,
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun when
we
we were
did.
young.
We were. So we decorated Calhoun.
Oh, yeah.
My mom was waiting for us when we got back, And I got punished for the whole week of Christmas vacation, but my friends were allowed to come over. Shout out to my mom for being the best parent ever and not telling anyone else's mom and getting them in trouble because
Right.
she is the best. And she taught me not to be a rat on your friends.
Don't be a rat.
Don't be a fucking rat. No, I can't wait till she sees it. She's gonna laugh. And yeah, we just had a really good childhood. We're very fortunate, all of us girls, all of us that grew up together in Merrick. We're lucky to be where we're from. It was a great neighborhood. There were no locked doors back then.
Then we could play manhunt in every yard.
I mean, it was great.
And we didn't have technology till middle school.
And we had Nokia phones, like shout out to Snake, okay? Like we had Nokia. But yeah, we rode bikes. We freaking played manhunt, ding dong ditch. We were knucklehead kids. We rode.
So you rode the pegs on my bike a few times
with our scream masks on from Halloween. That ended in some crazy
ding dong
story,
ditch.
But yeah, no, we had a
we used to prank call people. Shout out Daniel when we all used to prank call.
Yes,
people.
Daniel's house was awesome. His mom is great. Shout out to
Hear it.
her.
We're just
we're just like shout out our whole friends and family and everybody.
Contact book.
Yeah. No, for real. We just I'm lucky to have you in my life. I love
thank
you.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah.
We'll do another one.
I like how we started this. It's vibes chat.
Yeah.
So.
We could do more topics and things like that. I want to get into some funny shit.
Yeah, we'll have to do more topics next time.
And if you guys want to see any content, let us know. I'll come back.
Perfect. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I love you. Everybody, Angie, Erica, Mom, Lisa, thank you so much. Connie.
Thank you.
I'm just going to go down the
I
list.
love you. Thank you for joining.
We love you guys.
I think next week Sarah's coming on, actually.
Sarah! Love her. Shout out to Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah. And any more shout outs?
Yeah. We love you all.
We love you. Hey, Mario. All right, we love you. And I'm bringing back Lindsay very soon. Let us know what you want us to talk about for Vibes Chat. Okay, take care. Take care of yourselves.
Peace out.
Peace out.